Settlement with a Jewish student who had sued in late April, claiming that the Ivy League university failed to provide a safe environment. And now Jewish students who have felt harassed and intimidated by the pro-Hamas protests will be provided safety escorts on campus as part of this new settlement with Columbia. Pleased to bring in our panel to discuss this and more. Chairman and founder of Truth Tells, Jeffrey Burke, joins me today alongside Arizona congressional candidate and a former U.S. Navy lieutenant commander. He is a national security and Middle East expert, Muslim reformer, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. Welcome in, panel. Good to see you both, gentlemen.
Good to be with you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, Dr. Jasser.
We know that
Likewise, thank you.
The anti-Semitism has been a huge issue, not just on Columbia, but across our entire nation. As part of this particular settlement, the school will take additional steps to make students feel safe on campus. They have to create a point of contact for students who are worried about their safety. They call it a safe passage liaison. They're going to have 24/7 escorts available, accommodations for students who cannot access campus. My question, Jeffrey, do you think this is enough in light of what we've seen?
I think this is a new entry for the Wikipedia page of a Band-Aid. They're not doing anything to proactively eliminate the tenor, the actions, and the element from the campuses themselves. All they're they're acquiescing to their presence, and all they're doing is just saying, hey, we're going to provide a way that the students could go back and forth to class without getting physically attacked.
You know, it might just be one of many lawsuits, Dr. Jasser, that we've seen. I mean, UCLA, also huge encampment there. People were pushed, shoved, threatened. Some of these students will have to return back to campus, not knowing what to expect in the fall. Do you expect to see more settlements, more lawsuits?
Well, I have to tell you, the bar is pretty low now that they're simply months after the fact. The Jewish students had to get a team of lawyers in order to simply enforce the laws. And, you know, it's a bit too late and it's a bit too little. The real story here is the radicalization, the rioters' veto, if you will. And now they're saying they solved it in the summer break. What will happen when fall comes back? You know, really the folks who took away the rights, the ideologies that fueled it, the anti-Americanism, the students on visa that should have been deported. You know, in my education plan at my campaign site at Z for AZ, we talk about getting parental control back, about ending wokeism, about reducing the federal role that feeds the fueling our grant money that goes to radicalizing our students. That should all stop. And we're not looking at the root causes. We simply, you know, as he just said, putting a Band-Aid on a much, much bigger problem of radicalizing the next generation.
And we've seen, obviously, the trail from dark money places going into this, clearly organized, clearly very well funded. And that's something that truly is here, I think, sadly, to stay. And Jeffrey, I mean, we've seen Congress step in. We've seen them go, in fact, to Columbia to try to highlight this issue. But the money behind this is a whole other issue that we need to tackle. Do you have any suggestions on how to do that, and picking up on some of the comments that Dr. Jasser said as far as, you know, stopping the radicalization?
Let me take it backwards and concur with Dr. Jasser. At one point, I remember an interview he was making the very intelligent case that terrorism is merely a symptom of the spread of this radical Islam mantra. And what we're doing at our nonprofit is trying to establish and get encouragement that, hey, anti-Semitism is merely a symptom of this anti-American, pro-woke, pro-Marxist philosophy that's infiltrating everywhere throughout the globe. Getting back to the first part of your question, and I'm talking about this with people with the Judiciary Committee, the educational committees now, America First policy is making an actual stress test, no different than the banks have to go through every quarter that says, you have money coming in from Qatar. Where is it going? How is that being deployed? How many professors did they make you fire? How many professors did they make you hire? How many cases of anti-Semitism been reported? What have you done? How many cases of anti-Black behavior have been reported? What have you done?
It's some pressure, too, that can be put on the Department of Education as well that does the reporting there, at least for the education systems that are not private. So hopefully they're making progress. We know the spotlight isn't going away. Appreciate both of you joining me today. Jeffrey Berg, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. Thank you, gentlemen.
Good day.
Thank
Good luck
you.
to us all.
Appreciate it.